Hello, my friends. It's your friend Kevin with today's Divine Daily Blast. Let's get on with it, shall we? Here we go. I hope you're all well, rested. And if it's a Monday for you, I hope that you had a good weekend. If you were off, if you were working, well, I hope it wasn't too taxing for you. Whatever you were doing, let me know in the comments how you're doing in life, how life is treating you. All right, here we go. Angel, let's start with the angel number now, shall we? Angel number 5. I like to call this adventure. It's kind of the number that changes are coming. Well, everything's always changing. Some things a lot more dramatic than other things right now. This works with the tarot cards Awakening and the Tower, not to be confused with the card we pulled for this week from Ciro Marchetti's book, deck. But anyway, an energy of the 5 is about being dynamic and spiritual, weaving in some sensuality, invoke endless curiosity on a 5-day, be the visionary of your life and look at things in a new way, shed new light on situations, bring new energy to people, places, situations, stories that may have seemed boring and mundane. I don't think right now in the world as a whole, no matter whether you live in Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the United States, South America, anywhere in these big, vast continents, you're feeling some kind of change. Let's move on. The moon is in Scorpio. Scorpio, as we know, is a mysterious planet of the zodiac. My sun is in Scorpio. Thankfully, that my rising sign is Leo and my moon is Libra, keeping things nicely balanced. But the moon in that introspective planet of Scorpio, or a sign of Scorpio, is asking us to use the time to work through past problems, challenges, hurdles. That would be the kind of like, is there anything in your past that needs to be reconciled? Or have you been letting people walk all over you? That's the kind of things we've got to change, bringing change in with the moon energy, using this to change up our boundaries, if you will. Are you putting boundaries in place in this new year? Are you actually getting yourself geared up for the changes that you want to make, not being pushed and shoved by the overbearing arm of others? That's going on a lot, my darlings. My isms. I am living happily ever after. What's it going to take for you to get there? I am on a journey of love and fearlessness. I love this. I was watching, I think his name is Ilya Malinin from Virginia. He is this 21-year-old dashing, he looks like Prince Charming, to be honest, United States figure skater. And he is absolutely mesmerizing to watch. The man, what he does on a pair of ice skates is phenomenal. An interesting story. In the last Winter Olympics 4 years ago, he did not make the Olympic team. And rather than act dejected or rejected, he changed his mindset, worked hard, and went after it. And he is poised to be the US gold medalist in figure skating, which, if you're into the Olympics and Winter Games and that kind of thing, that starts in beginning of February and comes from Milan, Italy. I digress. That was just an example of how you use resolve to change your mindset and be focused on, yeah, I'm going to do this. The passion, the love that this young man had for skating in the ice and performing and just being fearless. They said, what is your secret? And he said, I am fearless. That's what we should all be. There's more messages coming up about fearlessness in this reading today. Haniel's with us, and she says, as the grace of God, I can help you connect with your ability to manifest magic through divine feminine energy. I am connected to the power of the divine feminine. Harmony and magic fill my life. That's your motto. Harmony and magic fill my life. Harmony and magic drive my life. Harmony and magic are all around me. This is where you want to pull that energy up. Why? Because the sky beings are with us. Seeing things from a higher perspective, a better perspective, a filtered perspective. And our activation is thank you, sky beings, for helping me see things differently. The world is different. You can be on the side of despondency, or you can be on the side of blame gaming. No. Where does that get us? It gets us in the cul-de-sac of confusion and chaos, not somewhere that I want to be, live, or breathe from. Monday, January the 12th, 2026. Hay House, Louise Hay. Her affirmation for today is, I know that when I listen to my inner guidance, I am on a magic pathway. Do you get the kind of theme here? Connected to the power of the divine feminine, harmony and magic, love and fearlessness, living happily ever after, being on this magical adventure which we call life. At any given moment, at any given breath, at any given step along the way, you can change whatever it is that's going on with you. And you may have to ask for some help some way, but I think I'm willing to help somebody. And I know people have been willing to help me when I've said, listen, I've got to change what I'm doing, change what I'm seeing, change what I'm about. Now, Horus says manifesting, he's part of the manifestation vortex. Belief makes manifest. Thoughts attract and create. I think I said yesterday, whatever you're thinking, you are turning that into something. A thought creates action. Words create worlds. What are you thinking? What are you focusing on? Now, Horus is an Egyptian deity. I think the mother was Isis and the father was Osiris. And he set forth to avenge his father's death and bring the northern and southern parts of Egypt together. It's said that all the pharaohs, which I think are like disciples, were manifestations of Horus. You know, we had Mayat, another Egyptian deity, in a couple of weeks ago. I think it was last week. She's about justice. She's about truth. She was about setting the record straight. And Horus is really about, similarly to that, on a pathway to bring things together and see things from a bigger, higher perspective, particularly when it comes to putting things in the vortex. That vortex being the energy center where all things come from, the energy center where everything gets created from, where you put your thoughts down into that vortex as if whatever you want it to create, whatever it is you want to create. Excuse my dogs downstairs that are making a racket. Hold on one. That's better. I don't know. Probably something going by the window that they don't like and they want to just start shouting out. All right. Yesterday, my friends, I pulled up 7 cards for the week in a tarot. This is the card for Monday. It is the number 8 card in traditional tarot, and it is the strength card. Now, in this particular deck, well, I actually like this deck because it's a little softer approach to the story and the adventure of tarot. But in many of other decks, this card is usually representing a woman pulling over forcing the mouth of a lion open. The Mystic Palette deck, which is what this one's from, this particular card shows a softer scene. The woman stands near a reclining tiger, if you can see it, and she pours like the love of moonlight, the love of Haniel into the tiger's head, which in this particular image clearly has a calming effect on the tiger. They are steeped. He's on a step platform, rather, that leads to a pool of water, like a reflection pool that's got lotus flowers in it and lots of lush greenery. It's just a very serene image. Then you've got this tiger looking on like, what are you doing? What is this really about? What is happening here? Now, when it comes to what's going on, the tiger represents our basal instincts, that things like hate, greed, anger, selfishness, on and on it goes. And the woman is representative of our inner self. So instead of forcing the big cat to submit, as other decks have shown, she found a much more quieter, gentler, softer, loving way of influencing the behavior. But she's simply suppressing the basal instincts by her actions. So the lady and the tiger is a symbiotic relationship between our inner strength, softness, love from the heart, and the outer instincts to go raw and do all of the things that a tiger does. So also in this picture, we see the stoneheads, and the stoneheads are looking on like the masters, if you will. They're almost seen as trees, but they really are faces of wisdom, profound, ageless, one that brings significance into our lives. So you've got what could be seen as a nightmare underneath the moonlight, and the water, white-clad angels, white pigmented tigers, ancient stone faces, these carved steps, if you will. It seems to take some inner mythic landscape. So use this energy today, calmness, thoughtfulness, patience, but also work it into de-escalating situations, less aggression, more gentleness. Try to suppress the aggressive side of whatever's going on. So you get it. This whole theme today, see things from a higher perspective, put love and fearlessness into your vortex, connect with the power of the divine feminine, harmony, magic filling your life, being on a journey of love and fearlessness, living happily ever after, knowing that when you listen to your inner guidance, this woman, you have a magical pathway to suppress all of this rage and all of this, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening, blah, 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 blah. You get the drift. You get it. I love it when there is multitude confirmation from the cards and the beings. Now I want to hear from the fairies. What? Fairies everywhere. Come hither, come thither. Show us a blessing for today that pulls all this together. All of this together. Go one more time. Okay, and I'll pull from the top card, this one. Passion. Now, I like this because adventure is really about exercising our passions, not, well, change is coming, I don't know what change is going to happen. Well, instead of giving over your power to other people to make the changes in your life, find your passion. Excuse me. In this card, we've got the woman playing the violin. She's using the music, the fairy queen of music, to pull her energy forward. She's getting out the doldrums. She's not bored. She's not upset. She's just in it. She's in it to win it, I would say. This lady, just like the ice skater, just following the passion. Tune into your inner passion. Express this out to the world. Like our friend of the channel, Miss Vicky Loper. Every day she's painting something new. You should go over to the healing artist Vicky Loper, Loper, and follow her little short videos. There's messages all in the colors and the images that she's showing. And this fairy queen is so absorbed in expressing her passion for music, she hardly notices anyone else is there. It's with her wish that you too can realize this zeal, this zest for life. Devote yourself to things and activities that delight your heart and make your soul sing. I mean, hello. I was just telling somebody yesterday, our friend of the channel, all of a sudden in the last year, I have picked up yarn and made blankets. I mean, that one back there in the chair is the happiness blanket. Some of you followed me last year where I made a poncho, and then I made this ridiculous little cardigan that was all full of granny squares. That was one thing. Then I got into makeup and creating Mystic Bloom. That was another thing that brought the passion. Just this last weekend, I spent some time in garden centers looking at all the lush plants that were growing. These are things that calm my spirit, give me passion to move me forward. That's what helps to push down the rubbish and the rubble and the chaos that seems to be flooding everywhere. Just a little secret. I kind of pulled myself off. I think I've told you this before. Some of the social media stuff, it's too much. I mean, I'm going to sound a bit ratchet, but everybody's pushing something, selling something, shoving something. And I suppose in a way I'm doing that with this channel, wanting the likes, wanting the subscriptions. I just want everyone to have a joyful day and finding ways with which to just fulfill the spirit journey. Fulfilling your spiritual journey, finding your passions, invoking the change that you want, not the change that other people shove in your face. That makes sense? All right, my friends, that's it. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I love you, I love you, I love you. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Get in touch with your passion, even if that's writing down stuff. Doesn't matter. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.